I feel really lucky to be here.
I want to learn everything I can and bring the magic back to Maui.
It's a wellness center. You should get a facial. Rick, the lady in the airport thought you were my dad.
Oh my God.
Old friends.
Long-time friends, not old. Oh.
What happens in Thailand stays in Thailand.
Oh, what does that mean?
It means we're not dead yet.
Amen. Amen.
Everyone comes to Thailand, they're either hiding from someone or they're looking for someone.
I think the cosmos brought us together. I'm gonna help you bring your joy back.
Oh, wait, slow down.
Why are rich men always so angry?
Everything okay?
It's just work stuff.
We're not supposed to tell my family. We're poor now, and Daddy's going to prison.
Okay.
That was a look at the new season of HBO's hit show, The White Lotus. After trips to Hawaii and Italy, season 3 travels east to Thailand, where a mix of new and familiar faces come together at the White Lotus Hotel to enjoy vacations filled with rivalries, jealousy, danger, and yes, even death. Joining us now, one of the members of the show's amazing cast, Golden Globe-nominated actor Jason Isaacs. He plays Timothy Ratliff, a wealthy Southern businessman on vacation with his family who finds himself embroiled in steep financial and legal troubles. Jason, you made an appearance at the end of that preview, mostly just cursing.
Yes, most of my show, most of what I do in the show is not shown. You can't put it out on daytime TV, but it's adult television.
We have the bleep button at the ready, usually for...
You need to pixelate as well at various points, but anyway, there we go.
So this is, as you sat down, you were talking about how just like a worldwide phenomenon this is.
No, when I sat down, I went, how do you transition from killing people all over the world by taking their medicine away and then talk about a television show? But maybe there is some kind of segue because it's about rich people being selfish. I don't know.
All right. Well, you've done that very nicely here.
I want to know this. If you decided that Medicare wasn't working, would you shut down all treatment for every single person in America? Or would you go, let's review it while it's ongoing because we're saving people's lives? How do you take money away from the entire world, killing millions of people, taking their medicine away, and then go, we'll review it and we may give it back to you in a few months' time when you're dead? What is the logic behind that? Who voted for that?
Well, you just said, as you sat down, as we talked about our current state of our politics, that some of this, what he's doing, particularly the slashing of USAID, what President Trump's done, that was not part of his campaign
part of his
promise.
mandate. I watched in horror most of the campaigning, and he never mentioned any of that stuff. Anyway, sorry, we're talking about a television show. But there is a tie-in. I play an enormously wealthy and self-centered person who has really only thought about himself for most of his life. And you talk about people enjoying holiday at the White Lotus Hotel. I do not have a very enjoyable holiday, I think it's fair to say.
Well, we appreciate versatile guests who can do both the news and their show. But we will go spend a moment or two on the show now. So this was, the first 2 seasons, a phenomenon.
Yes.
What,
you know I wasn't in them.
I know. I'm giving you, but this one will be even bigger and better because you are in it.
Better, that's right.
But was there pressure, anticipation, excitement? What was your thought process into joining the cast?
Well, I read the scripts, of course, and I thought, I'm not sure I'm a good enough actor for the stuff that Mike White's given me. But then I watched I'd seen the first 2 seasons, and the standard of storytelling and the standard of performance is so magnificent. I thought, well, I'll throw myself at his mercy, and if I'm not good, I guess I'll get fired.
Talk to us about the Thailand setting.
Well, we were in Thailand, and all of my friends and any of the public think that we had a 7-month holiday, but believe me, it wasn't a holiday. It was hot enough to melt this table, and when you're in a big sweaty room with a lot of people and TV lights for all day and covered in makeup, it gets, it gets sticky by the end of the day. So we weren't sunbathing, weren't doing that stuff. It was hard work. And then the hardest thing really was being so far from our friends and family for all that time.
Halfway around the world.
With a lot more time off than I've ever had on a job before.
And were those moments, were they bonding experiences for the cast? It's a remarkable group of actors and actresses.
You go one way or the other, don't you? You either bond or you just say you feel like you're trapped in a prison cell with someone.
Lord of the Flies style.
Exactly. We made a lot of very good friends, and we made a lot of people whose numbers we might not keep.
So tell us a little bit about more. You gave us a brief introduction to your character, but talk to us a little more about who he is and the predicament he finds himself in.
He is, I can't swear on morning television, but he's what Tom Wolfe called the big swinging person of Broadway, of Wall Street. He is a titan of industry in Durham, North Carolina, where he comes from. And he's generational wealth, money going back for, probably since the Mayflower landed. And he gets there, and the children are very privileged. Someone who is you know, there's monuments to him and to his relatives everywhere. His grandfather was the governor, and he gets there, and it looks very quickly like everything that he ever was is threatened and might disappear. The reason it's set in Thailand, by the way, the reason Mike set it there, is he wanted to delve into questions of self and identity and spirituality and ego, and I have all those things very severely threatened.
All right, well, the new episodes of season 3 of The White Lotus, they debut Sundays on HBO, and they also stream concurrently on Max. It is a phenomenon. Actor Jason Isaacs, thank you for being here and for sharing your views.
Thanks for having me.
We really appreciate it.